Are you tired of alcohol controlling your life, but you're not really sure whether AA and going to AA is the right choice for you? Because a lot of people find when they get to a point where they realize that, hey, things have got to change. And in reality, as men and as people that want to take control of their lives, there's other ways that you can take control of your life without accepting that perhaps that you're powerless over alcohol. And to a degree, I believe that we are powerless once we partake, but we have the power of choice. And that's not to take away the power of AA, the effectiveness of AA, because AA serves a purpose in the community. But if you're asking yourself, is AA for me? I just want to reassure you that there are other options and that you are not alone. There's many people out there that feel AA doesn't necessarily align with how they want to live their life and how they want to go about their journey to sobriety. First of all, I want to talk to you. My name's Jason. I founded Kick the Piss because I believe that men supporting men in living their life, a life of responsibility, a life of purpose, a life of passion, and a life that isn't surrounded by addiction and disappointment is much better than living a life stuck to the bottle like a little baby and avoiding their life every day. If that resonates with you, just keep listening because I just want to share with you how you can live your life, get sober, and move your life forward without the need to go to AA, without the need to hand your power over to somebody else. Because ultimately, as providers for our lives and our family, I knew it didn't sit well with me to say that I wasn't responsible for my actions because ultimately we are all responsible for our actions. And there's nobody out there that's going to come out there and save us and fix our problems apart from us. And if we keep putting it off, this is the problem when that's got us into this position in the first place. Part of dealing with life, part of dealing with our problems is actually dealing with our problems. Just ask yourself, why do you drink? It's important that you understand why you drink because drinking is only a symptom of a bigger problem. And that problem could be a lack of purpose, a lack of meaning, a lack of happiness. And that can all be traced to something. But it's important that we get really clear about why we drink and then learn to reclaim that authentic self that is deep within us because part of the need to get away from our lives is because we're not living authentically. And that's not some weird bullshit. That's just being clear about who you are, being clear about what you believe, and then living that life. And if you don't live that life of authenticity, then there's a disconnect between the life that you have, the life that you want, and the life that you believe that you deserve. And with that disconnect, it becomes unbalanced. And then we have to balance it by avoiding our problems, by avoiding our life. We go away and avoid it and distract ourselves with addictions and all these things because we aren't living the life that we ultimately want. It's important that you understand that the first step is understanding why you drink and then finding out who or you are authentically and then recognize that, okay, this is where I'm at. These things have to change and then starting to change them and taking that personal responsibility, not only for yourself, but for your life. And then with responsibility, power. And that power is the power to change. That power is the power to do something different and to make better choices and setting the new standard for yourself because you won't be able to change your life if you don't set a new standard. And that standard is going to be your new base point. It's not about drinking or not drinking. It's about being authentically you. It's about putting the line in the sand and saying, fuck, I am going this way and nothing's going to stop me. Nobody's going to stop me and nothing's going to get in my way except for me. Or you can go, get out of my fucking way. I'm the man. You will find a way because your life is your life. Nobody else is coming to save you. Nobody else is going to make this fucking thing happen for you. Sitting around feeling sorry for yourself, getting pissed and avoiding your life isn't going to make your life any better. That's the reality. You can cry, piss and moan and say all these things happen to me and these are all the reasons why I'm avoiding my life, or you can do something about it. It may sound harsh, may sound as though I'm not empathetic to your plight, but the reality is we all have problems in our lives. We all have shit things happen to us, and everybody's level is different and everybody's pain is different, but we all have it. We can either accept that's our lot in life and not try and change, or we can do something about it. They're the two choices. And if you accept that's your life and nothing's going to change, good for you. Go and live your life and be unhappy. Or go, fuck that. I don't accept that, and do something about it. There's only two choices. Taking personal responsibility for your life. First of all, like I said, you get really clear about where you're going, and you start to put things in place. You set a new standard. You become the person that you want to be, because you just don't wake up and you're this fucking superhero. It doesn't work like that. You envisage who the superhero of your life is, and then you start to be that superhero. And then you will start to get superhuman results, because you will start to do the things that you have. They say you be the person that you need to be, so that you do the things that you need to do, and then you have the things that you want in your life. You can't have them and then become that person, because that person has done all the things and been that person to create that result. You can look at other people and go, how are they living their life? All successful people don't drink, because you can't be avoiding your problems and you can't be fucking up your life and have a good life. That's just the reality of it. It's not to say that alcohol can't be somewhere in your life, but it's when alcohol becomes your sole means of coping with your life, that's when it starts to become a problem, because you're not actually dealing with your life. And a lot of these things that are out there to help you deal with life and help you deal with the alcohol problem are not fixing the underlying problem. Because you can take all these drugs, you can get hypnotized, you can get mesmerized, but until you come back to the very start, work out what the problem in your life is, start to address those problems, start to do some proactive things for your life that will help you propel your life in the direction that you want to go, you will always keep going back to the start. And the start is to avoid the problem. It would be better to deal with the problem. It's important to recognize that you will always, no matter where you're starting in your journey, and no matter how far you feel that you've slipped, you will have to eventually deal with your problems, or they'll just keep coming back and they'll keep fucking you up and they'll keep stopping you from creating the life that you want. Once you've gotten these steps in place, start to break down the things that you want to create in your life into little small steps that you can do daily. But it's about getting clear first where your elephant is, because you can't eat an elephant that you can't see or you can't find or you can't look at or you can't understand. Just start and recognize that it's not a journey of black and white. It's a journey of progress. It's a journey that you will move through. It's a journey of improvement daily. It's a journey of becoming that person, rather than you wake up and you're this sober person that's going to save the world. It's about saving yourself one day at a time. It's about becoming that person that you want to be one day at a time. No matter where you are and no matter how good you are, there will always be the next level that you can level up. And that's the beauty of life, is that there's always going to be a new level for you to level up. No matter how good you are, there's always going to be a level. And if you stop leveling up, you'll stop improving. If you stop improving, you'll obviously start getting worse. Then they get complacent and then they start going backwards. And you don't want to go backwards either. So it's all about constantly setting a new standard for your life and understanding that it's about the journey rather than the destination. One way that you can start the journey is to set myself a standard for 30 days that I'm going to stop drinking. Maybe just say, I'm going to stop drinking for 30 days and see how I feel. And going through that process and then reassessing it at the end of the 30 days, I can assure you, once you got to the end of 30 days, you probably wouldn't want to drink anyway. But even if you do want to reintroduce it into your life, at least you'll have some clear space, not only for you to think, but so that you can experience what it's really like to be completely free of alcohol. I still have challenges and I still have times where I think, fuck, it would be easier just to run away and hide. But that being said, it's not easier to run away and hide. The problem doesn't disappear. It just waits for you to come back to it. Generally, if you're avoiding a problem, it'll come back twice as big. The more that you avoid it, and the harder it is to deal with it, because you've avoided it, All these problems are building up behind the scenes that you're not recognized, you're not dealing with. And then all of a sudden, boom, your life goes to shit. That's why they say that generally people have to wait till there's rock bottom for their life to improve, because they've blown fucking everything up. And they're like, oh shit, didn't realize this was happening. But it was happening. You just didn't realize it. That's why rock bottom can be a point in your life where you're like, oh, I better do something about this, because it's only you become aware of the problems once they become so big that you can't ignore them anymore. Some people keep ignoring the problems. Or you can stop it and the problems are still going to be at that level. But if you stop drinking, if you stop digging the hole, it'll stop getting worse. And then you can start to deal with it. You can't deal with a problem while you're in the problem. How do you start to deal with these things? First of all, you need to join a community of people. And that's probably the strength of AA, is it's a community of people that are working towards a common goal. What do you do if you don't like the philosophy behind AA? You find a different community. And that's why I started Kick the Piss, is because I wanted to build a community of men that wanted to support each other in a positive, in a forward momentum, in taking personal responsibility, in understanding that they can change, in understanding that they are powerful, and understanding that they have the power to change their life. And you have the power to change your life. There's no magic pure. There's nothing. There's no one coming to save you but you. That's the power of understanding that you can kick the piss and live your life. Finding that community and finding men who are going to support you in your journey. And focus on the future. Focus on what you want. Start looking forward rather than going, oh, these things are fucked. Recognize where you are and that you can change and move forward in your life. Yeah. And talk about how you will benefit from stopping drinking. You will benefit, because once you stop drinking, you can start to build a legacy. You can start to build a life that you're proud of. You can start to be the person that you're proud of. You look at yourself in the mirror and not feel like a fucking piece of shit. You can go, fuck, I may have fucked up, but I'm not fucking up anymore. You can draw the line in the sand. You can understand that you're a powerful man, that you have power, and that you don't have to keep living this way anymore. Because once you recognize that you can change, once you recognize that you have the power to change, and once you recognize that only you can change it, then you can start to move in the direction of your life that you want. I encourage you to go to kickthepiss.com. Join me on the journey. Join me on the path of sobriety. Join me on the path of recognizing that you are a powerful being, that you can create the life that you want, that your legacy is waiting for you, that each and every one of us has greatness within us already. It's just a matter of tapping into that greatness so that we can show the world how fucking brilliant we are. I believe in you. Now it's time for you to believe in yourself. Take the first step. That first step may be just recognizing that things need to change. And then from there, joining a group of powerful men and women that want to create a world of freedom. It's emotional freedom where you don't have to escape your life. It's freedom where you can wake up and be proud of who you are. That's fucking freedom. You are a good person. You've just made some poor choices, I assume. It's never too late. Don't ever believe that it's too late for you to change. I believe in you. Now it's time for you to believe in yourself. My name's Jason, and I welcome you to the world of freedom. You are powerful. Let's fucking go.